So there were two mountain climbers, and they were climbing up a mountain, and one of them was climbing and climbing, and somehow he slipped on a rock and fell, and he kept on falling and falling and falling until the very last minute mustered up the strength to throw his pick into the rock, and it lodged into the rock, and he was just there hanging from the rope attached to his pick. And he looked down, and it was completely black. He couldn't see anything. And the night was getting darker, and it was getting much colder. And he was thinking to himself, what should I do? So he decided to ask God. And he said, God, I don't want to die. What should I do? And God said, cut the rope. And he said, no, that doesn't sound right. And so he decided to wait some more. Hopefully somebody will come and save him. And as the night went on, he just looked around, and it was just completely black. He couldn't even see his hands in front of his face. It was that black. So he asked God again, God, what should I do? I don't want to die. And God said, cut the rope. And he said, no, I'm not going to cut the rope. That's too risky. And so he decided to wait some more. Hopefully somebody will come and save him. And until it got to the point where he was shivering, hanging from that rope. He looked down, it was completely black. It seemed like the bottom was hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet away. He didn't know what to do. He was almost to the point where he was about to freeze to death. And he said, okay, let me ask God one more time. Maybe he'll give me a better answer. So he thought, God, I don't want to die. What should I do? And God said, cut the rope. And he said, no, I don't want to die. And so the night went on. And by that morning, helicopters came to search for him and found him frozen to death, hanging 2 feet from the ground. You know what's interesting is that what we think is safe, it might just be safer for us to take a risk. And what I'm talking about is you potential career changers. You might be working at a bank, or you might be working in sales, or working in marketing, or working in law, or you might be a doctor. And you might not be getting the kind of fulfillment in your career that you'd like to get. And in the back of your mind, you're thinking about something else that you like to do that would be more fun, more fulfilling, and give you more joy on a daily basis at work. And so my thing is that you should go out and try that, because it might be safer for you to take a risk and try the thing. And I'm not saying just to go to work tomorrow and just quit your job. What I'm saying is to, on a part-time basis, try to experiment and explore your interests. If you want to be a singer and get in the music industry, go take voice lessons or join a band and start doing shows at night. If you want to be a web designer, start designing websites for your friends, and then until you get good enough to where you can start charging people. If you want to do some other field, take a class, learn about the craft, learn about that field until you get good enough to the point to where you can either land a job doing that thing or start your own business doing that thing. Just do it, because it might just be safer to take a risk in exploring your interests. And I'll give you an example. One of my cousins, her name is Muna, And she lives in Nigeria. She went to one of the top law programs in the country, and that's Duke Law. And she got her degree in law and was working as an attorney in Nigeria. And so the thing is, while she was working, in the back of her mind, she always had this dream of having her own bakery, selling cupcakes. And so what did she do? She decided to go out on a limb and start to bake on after work, and she would have her friends try it. And it got to the point where her friends loved it so much, their friends would start to tell their other friends about her cupcakes, and they would all start coming to her to try her cupcakes. And it got to a point to where she started to sell her cupcakes and start creating so much buzz that it started to cost her money to go to work during the day, because she didn't have the opportunity to sell her cupcakes to more people. So now, this was actually 3 years ago, and now today, she makes 5 times more money selling cupcakes than she was making as an attorney. 5 times. And for other people, they would have thought it might have been safer to stay in law. But in her case, it was actually safer for her to take the risk and cut the rope. So there you go, guys. I hope that provides some type of inspiration and motivation to you. And you can catch me on my website, www.hypesuccess.com, or on Twitter @OVOKara. And I'll look for you at the next video.